It's Barcelona who comfortably advance 4-1 on aggregate. We'll talk about Chelsea in a moment, but let's focus first on Barcelona. This is a different Barcelona, isn't it, than what we've seen of previous years?
Which I think throws up even more surprise that listening to the commentary that and reading between the lines, some of the analysis of the game was that Chelsea did really well. They lost 3-0. Courtois had a nightmare. Christensen nodded one down for Fabregas. He had a nightmare, gave it away. They had a few chances. But I think there's a real ignorance here, particularly from England, or from that side of the pond into what Barcelona have been all about this season. There's plenty of sides in Spain who are worse off than Chelsea, have given Barcelona a game in the possession stakes this year and have been beaten. This is what they do. They sucker teams in and they hit them on the counter. Not all the time, but a lot of the times. And that's a big difference in strategy from what they were all about under Pep and under Luis Enrique. But that's what they do. And it seems it took Chelsea by surprise. And it took quite a lot of the pundits by surprise as well. Clearly, they're only watching the Premier League.
Well, this is it. It's obviously something we've discussed a lot, isn't it? And the fact that Valverde's come in and the blueprint has changed, but it is effective.
It's a different version of Barcelona, and people just have to get used to it. All right, got to get past it. No, Xavi's not out there, okay? So forget it. That's not the way that Barcelona is playing, not under Ernesto Valverde. Now, the truth of the matter is that what he has provided with this team is balance. Today, we want a 4-4-2. Look, we're going to put numbers behind the ball. Chelsea is going to have to attack us at some point, and when they do that, we're going to force them into areas where we can turn the ball over. And from there, we're going to go on the counter because, oh, by the way, we have the best player in the world who can then run that counter, make the decision, score the goals, and that's it. It's all game over. It's very practical the way that they're playing. It's not beautiful at times. It's pragmatic. And that's not what Barcelona has us used to doing, but the truth is, we're talking about Barcelona as if they didn't play well, and they won 3-0. They won 3-0 in a Champions League game against Chelsea. Okay, see you guys later.
I think it's funny that Mourinho at the weekend said that you can be in control without having the ball. That's kind of what it felt like tonight. As much as Chelsea had the ball, I just never felt they were going to get in the game. And, of course, instead of Barcelona having 70% of the ball and playing the game within a 30-yard space going forward, Messi's got more time and space now because they're winning the ball back, 40 yards for goal? I mean, it's incredible.
A word on Messi, of course, a brace. Courtois will be having nightmares about both of those goals.
Well, has he scored against Courtois before? Because you know he gets very nervous about these things. Who he scored against.
If you pick Messi up and put him in any of the remaining sides, do they automatically become favourites? Well, does he make that much of a difference?
Not if you put him in the Sevilla or Roma side.
No.
Right.
No. I mean, yeah. Probably with the top teams, yeah. Absolutely. When you put them in Man City, dare I say, you put them in Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, he's just, I mean, look, I can't. If you put him pointless me saying he's a game changer. He's just absolutely, it's just incredible. I mean,
if you put him in Liverpool's team and Lovren still plays, still favourite.
Can you play him at centre-back?
Yeah, that help? That's an absolute test, though.
If Barcelona go on and win this competition, it's an obvious statement, and we saw it a bit from Ronaldo last year. It's because of Messi, isn't it?
Well, of course it is. And all things being equal, let's say that the top-tier teams that are involved in this competition, left in this competition with Bayern Munich or Manchester City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, so on and so forth. Let's say that they walk on the field and everything is the same about them. The one difference between all of those is who has Lionel Messi. And so on a day, who do you want with the ball in a moment of importance? In a moment where you need to define something. You could say Cristiano Ronaldo. I still would prefer Lionel Messi. Sure. Because I think that he will be the guy that will sort things out for me. Still the best in the world.
They can obviously win it, yeah? Barca, are they favourites?
Oh, absolutely. Just because they're, I mean, I never thought they would be as pragmatic and such a big change, but it's working for them. Still unbeaten in, domestically in La Liga. Still getting great results here. I mean, it's hugely more efficient than it's been. I mean,
actually, I said something during the game. We were sitting watching the game, and I said, "Do you know what? Can you imagine what it's going to be like if Barcelona get out of second gear?"
Right.
And some of the guys are going, "Well, hold on a minute. They're actually winning time after time, being in second gear. Do they actually have another gear? I mean, are they going to turn around? Because since the season began in La Liga, all the way through Champions League right to now, they've done exactly the same. So did he actually have another gear?
Barcelona have been lucky, according to some.
Oh.
Courtois had a nightmare. They missed chances. He should have had a penalty. I'm not sure about that, but that's what some were saying. And I'm like, well, what, lucky every week? Lucky every week. At the moment, you can't get lucky every week at the moment. So they deserve to go through. They are the team to beat, even though they're not the sparkling team on the eye. But they're the team to beat. And I don't want any excuses from Chelsea about the created chances. They had to get the result in the home game. They had to get the result at Stamford Bridge, and we pointed that out when we did the show, and they didn't do it. And we can talk about Messi all we want as the game changer. What about Alvaro Morata?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I know he hasn't played well, but what the hell is he doing in training?
Well, he's a game changer as well.
I mean,
a different way.
When you bring in Olivier Giroud as a stopgap, right? Experienced player, but nothing more than a stopgap. And he plays before a guy that's actually played in the Champions League final and has played for Real Madrid and Juve, and he's on the bench. Wow.
The rhetoric coming from Chelsea supporters was, at least we gave it a go. Look at United yesterday against Sevilla, and indeed comparisons made with Spurs' exit as well. Out of the 3 teams that have exited from the Premier League, Chelsea at least gave it more of a fight than the other 2. Are you buying what they're saying?
They want a clap. I mean, come on. You're the Premier League champions, and you think that just giving it a go is OK? I mean, come on. I think that tells you more about where Chelsea fans see their team and where they see Conte, because if I'm a Chelsea fan, this guy doesn't want to be there.
Yep.
You talk about they gave it a go. I didn't see anybody running around fighting for their life. There's a difference between turning up and trying and actually fighting and caring. I didn't see that from Chelsea.
What is exactly giving it a go? Because when they should have had a go would have been at home, where they had Barcelona at a very vulnerable moment and they remained conservative. And they thought that the 1-0 was going to be okay. Then you make a mistake, Messi scores that away goal, and they knew, we knew, Barcelona knew, everybody knew at that point it was over. And then 2 minutes into this game, what's giving it a go? You give up a goal. And at that point, Barcelona is so very comfortable that, yeah, they allowed you the space. See, the game changes because of how early the goal was scored by Barcelona. And almost at a walking pace, Barcelona scores a second goal.
Yeah.
And at that point, yeah, fine, Chelsea, you can have the ball. Go ahead. What are you going to do with it? Yeah. Let's see if you're good enough to break us down. And the truth is that, yeah, there might have been a couple of chances here and there, but overall, not good enough not to beat Barcelona. No,
the only team that should be kicking themselves at the moment from an English perspective is Spurs.
Sure.
United were abysmal. I mean, we couldn't have made that any clearer yesterday. Chelsea were never really going through, barring an unmitigated disaster from Barca. It didn't happen. And Spurs actually played well for nearly all of the 180 minutes. So they're the team that really should be kicking themselves.
What about Chelsea going forward now?
Well, they're going to change the manager.
The manager's gone.
Yes.
Yeah. With regards to personnel, is it just a case of bringing in 2 or 3 new faces and then they're going to be back fighting for the Premier League? Or are they in real danger of becoming adrift from your Manchester Cities, from your big boys that they've been so desperate to be?
Look, just reading between the lines from some of the respected journalists in England that maybe potentially the money's not going to be there anymore, where Abramovich, Mourinho was coming in and Ancelotti was coming in, whoever it was, and they were wiping the floor and outspending people. The spending power's moved up northwest to Manchester. And so maybe they're not in that ball game anymore. It's a concern for them.
Chelsea have to regain an identity as to who they are as a club and who they want as player personnel out on the field. Once you do that, then go get the players that you want. But until then, you have to figure out who you are.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.